So I wanted to back up a little bit. So I know we talked about like how when I was married, and then I left my husband, and during that marriage, because I was so focused on everybody else but me, I let my weight go. I gained, my highest, I was 237 pounds. So definitely, like, I did not care what I put in my mouth. And towards the end of my marriage, I was realizing that I didn't want to be 237 pounds anymore. So I started to work out just in the gym. I took a job at like a daycare in the gym. And so when I was done with my shift, I would just go, walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And I lost 50 pounds, and it just infuriated my ex-husband that I would be losing weight. And, he used to tell me all the time I was cheating on him, and just on and on and on and on. And so when I got a divorce, and left him and started off on my own, I kind of just didn't, I tried to exercise, but I didn't have the time. I didn't think I had the time. So I just, for 2.5 years, I didn't do anything. I just focused on my children and myself getting adjusted to one income, just me 95% of the time raising these children, and just me finding myself. Like, getting a divorce was by far the best decision I've ever made, because when I had my son at 19, I gave up that young adulthood. And when I got a divorce, and when the kids would go with him on the weekend, that gave me time to be me. It gave me time to separate from mom and focus just on Amber. But that didn't mean exercise at that point. Like, I could have cared less about that. It meant drinking and partying and dancing and too many boys. So it was just one of those things that I was growing as a person, but not in the right way. And so as the years went by, and it was like, okay, drinking isn't so fun after all, and it just became something that I still like went out with my friends, but I wouldn't really drink. And I wanted a relationship, but nothing would happen. Just dating was just horrendous. I hate it. And when I met my boyfriend now, Chris, when I met him, it kind of showed me, what I was missing. And he was super into working out, like, all the time. And I was like, yeah, sure, I want to work out. But I didn't have time. I was like, I don't know what time you want me to work out, Chris, because, the kids couldn't go anywhere after school, so it was all me. And we lived in an apartment, and I couldn't pay and everything. So Chris was like, I will watch your kids while you go work out. So it gave me, to see somebody who wanted me to succeed at my own goals, it gave me passion inside. And I loved it. Like, I was going to the gym 5 days a week, 5, 6 days a week, and I was just loving it. But I didn't lose a pound at all because I didn't change my diet. I was still coming home feeding the kids top ramen, mac and cheese, Taco Bell, whatever it was at the time. And I was like, why am I not losing weight? And I was getting so frustrated. And so after being together for a year, we made the decision to move in together. And we moved in, and he had a copy of Insanity. No, he had a copy of P90X and Insanity. So one day I couldn't go to the gym with him because I was at home with the kids. So I was like, oh, fine, I'll do P90X, even though I had no idea what it was or anything. And I did it. And then when I was done with that workout, I was like, holy shit, that was awesome. So I was like, I want to keep doing this. And so I kept doing it because I loved that I was able to do it at home with my kids still there. So it was win-win for me. And so I did 2 months of P90X, and I decided that, okay, I should back up. When I started doing P90X, I was like, if you're going to sit here and work out, Amber, change your diet. Come on. Like, you can't sit here and eat this stuff anymore. And that was partially Chris, too. He was like, you can't eat this stuff anymore. And I was like, oh, fine, I can't eat it. So I changed my diet. I started eating just like egg whites, like a bean burrito. No, egg white burrito, like an egg, tortilla thing every day. And I would do oatmeal, and just healthy dinner. And it was crazy because I started to see my body changing. And I had never seen my body changing that much ever. Even when I lost the 50 pounds, I still had like a belly on me. And so I was like, wow, this is awesome. And so after 2 months of P90X, I was like, I want more. So I did Insanity, and Insanity, seriously, changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. That was by far the hardest thing I've ever done. Like, getting through those 2 months, I was like, holy crap. How am I going to do this? Like, I had no idea, because it was so physically and emotionally testing. Like, it's a mental battle of like, Amber, you really can't get on the floor and do all those push-ups. But then it's like, you're getting on the floor and you're doing those damn push-ups. And so for me, it was such this like fight, and I won. Like, I battled everything and I won, and it was awesome. It's such an awesome feeling to complete Insanity. And at that point, I was posting a little bit about it on Instagram. And so Myra, my upline, she reached out to me and she's like, why don't you become a Beachbody coach? And I'm like, yeah, no, not gonna do it. No, not gonna do that. And I literally, like, she asked me, I don't even know how many times, and each time I was like, nope, nope, not even interested, nope, don't. But then each time I would post about my Insanity and my results, and people would be like, are you a Beachbody coach? And I'm like, no, not a Beachbody coach. And so Myra would see that, and she was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you could be getting paid for this. For doing what you're doing right now, you could be getting paid. And I was like, nope, not going to do it. But then she went to Summit with Michelle, and I saw her pictures at Summit in Vegas. And I'm sitting there in my house looking at these pictures, and I'm like, I want that. I want to go to Summit. I want to hang out with these girls and have fun. And seeing all those pictures, I was like, yes, I want to do that. So I texted her while she was at Summit, and I said, I'm ready to become a coach. So I know you're at Summit, but when you get back, let's do it. And she called me the next week, and we got it set up.